Hello and welcome to another bonus episode of Kill James Bond. I am November Kelly and I'm joined, as always, by my friends Abigail Thorne and Devon.
Hello, gentle listener.
Cowabunga. How are we feeling today, friends? As we embark on a 3.5 hour movie.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Listen, we've been doing Fast and the Furious movies for 16 years. This feels like water in the desert to me to get to do like a really good movie. And unfortunately, I picked a really long one. I've also kind of fucked myself specifically because the only way I get time off is to like cram more work into less time so that I've done last week's work this week or whatever. So because I wanted a week off, I'm recording this back to back with Fast 9. I'm making us all do two long recordings, and I'm so sorry.
Actually, I liked that this film is as long as it is, and I went into it being intimidated by the length. But then I was like, it's good that it's this long.
It's so important that it's this long.
Yeah, the longer ones tend to scare me too, but
it should be this long.
Yeah. I thought the longer ones scared me, but I end up enjoying them more in the long run. So like,
the longer ones always tend to scare me. I think it's more about what you do with the runtime.
That's
like
true.
a tight 90 that really just hits all of the spots you want it to hit. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. I feel very similar to the last 3+ hour movie you made me watch in starting to talk about this one. I feel like I've seen a masterpiece and I am ill-equipped to expound on it because I've seen it too recently. I feel like I should have watched this half a year ago to talk about it today.
It's beautiful.
I'm just going to observe to you that thousands of people pay to listen to your opinions on these things. So you're qualified to do it by dint of that. This is as close to like meritocracy as you're getting.
That's the power of the free market, Devon, which we believe in.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank God. And the second thing that terrifies me is I'm realizing that this is about history. This is about things that actually happened in real world, which I hate talking about because I don't know anything. I can talk about imaginary shit till the cows come home.
History, we're talking about a little bit of religion. We're talking a lot about masculinity.
We're talking so much about...
We're doing Martin Scorsese's follow-up to Silence, mind you, The Irishman.
What a 3-movie fucking swing, by the way, to do Silence into The Irishman, into Killers of the Flower Moon, which is...
future episode.
A
perfect fucking film that we will talk about soon.
But we are going to have to talk at 2 times speed to get through this in order to keep this under like a 4-hour recording. So we begin with elderly Robert De Niro in a retirement home, soundtrack to In the Still of the Night, wearing a big honkin' gold ring, carrying 2 canes, completely alone, like in a crowd of old people.
Come they let you have 2 canes?
And he talks directly to the audience, or to us, and he tells us the story of his life. He said, when I was a kid, I used to think that painting houses meant literally painting houses because I was autistic. And then I came to understand that it means killing people.
Yeah, it's a good first line. It's the title of the book that this is adapted from. It would have been a better title for it than the Irishman. I heard you paint houses is what's on the title card.
That's a good title. Yeah.
It means killing people because when you shoot people, the blood paints the walls.
Yeah, splatters the walls.
He used to be a mafia hitman, is what this guy used to be.
Yeah, he is a fella called Frank Sheeran, and we will get to know Frank.
And he says, I remember this one particular job that I had to do, and it was me and Joe Pesci from Home Alone and Home Alone 2 had to drive up from Philadelphia to Detroit. It took 3 days, and our wives came with us. And so begins the kind of framing device of this movie, which is this incredibly long, rambling story told to us about an old man, about a time he committed a murder.
By an old man. This is in direct opposition to something like Goodfellas, where you have a like middle-aged crash out Henry Hill going, ever since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to be a gangster. Right. In this case,
Frank Sheeran to be a Joker.
Didn't want to be the Joker. He was just like, as he says, a regular like working stiff. He was just like a guy, and then he became a killer. Right. And so in the course of like, we get this framing device of he is telling us about this road trip, and then in the course of this road trip, he is flashing back again to when he was younger.
Yeah.
Like late 40s, post-war. And what they've done is they have de-aged De Niro and Pesci.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. No.
I've been on this for a long time. Like since it came out, it looks bad. It technologically, it's very impressive, but it looks weirdly unnatural, particularly when they film them like in a wide shot. Like you get the whole body because they still move like old men.
Yes.
And there's a particular there's something about like boomers not being able to let go in this as well, of like this it has to be Robert De Niro playing a young Robert De Niro. If you, again, I'm going to be stacking this up against different mob movies throughout. Godfather 2, Robert De Niro kind of in part made his career off of playing a young Marlon Brando, right? And he did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
There are any number of great actors who could have done young De Niro now.
It would have been good to see it. I love it when you see a younger actor play like a famous older actor. It's good. It doesn't look good. Everyone looks like they're fucking Instagrammed. The lower P that you watch this in,
I will expound my thoughts soon.
The lower P you watch this in, the better it looks.
It's something. There's something about this where it's like it has a kind of like old man's hesitation about it, and I mean that in the direction too. That's both a praise and a criticism. Where it's like, no, I want to keep working with the guy I've been working with for 40 years because I know him and we know each other, and like I want to keep having that kind of relationship because I don't trust myself to give it to a new actor, and it's like that has costs and benefits.
I think there's like some ways that although it looks bad, I think thematically it kind of works, but we'll get into that.
I agree. I agree.
You most assuredly could have cast a younger actor to play young De Niro in this. But they don't. We'll talk about the choice soon.
Yeah.
Young De Niro is a truck driver.
I will know.
He's a truckman.
Before we get to the flashback, the car journey that they are taking, the first thing we know about it is that it is taking a fucking age.
Yeah.
Because this guy, this Russ cunt, I don't know anything about him yet, is insisting that they stop and smoke outside of the car. So it's just this like long fucking slow journey up country.
And their wives keep wanting to fucking smoke, so they have to just pull over every few minutes.
Exactly.
Then
we go back.
Yeah. Back in the day, Robert De Niro, young Robert De Niro, was a truckman.
He was.
One thing that's gotten worse about society is that they don't make truck drivers wear the Tom of Finland Leatherman cap anymore, but they used to.
They don't. This is what Luke Evans was doing. That's why he couldn't be in Fast 9.
And his truck breaks down on like the highway. And so he pulls into a service station, and as he's trying to fix it, Joe Pesci, young in heavy air quotes, young.
Instagram Joe Pesci.
They both look 40 here. It's crazy. Young Joe Pesci like helps him. He like fixes the truck, and he won't tell him his name, right? He's friendly, but like he won't tell him. And as Frank Sheeran, De Niro's character, says, you could tell he owned something. So I thought he owned the service station.
Turns out he owned the road.
Yeah, he just sends him on his way. One thing about this, by the way, is that like there's a lot of comedy in The Irishman, and one of the things that Scorsese finds funniest is miscommunication. And there's a lot of really like dumb guys talking.
I love, it's so fun.
Yeah, Sheeran goes to this bar because he asks him where he hangs out in Philadelphia, and Sheeran says Bocce Club, but it's the name of a bar. It's not a bocce club, and immediately Russ, Joe Pesci, misunderstands him and goes, "Oh, you play bocce?"
You play
and
bocce?
it's just like two kind of dumb guys talking past each other is the funniest thing in the world to Martin Scorsese.
I think they over rely on this a little bit later in the movie. It gets old, but
kind of agree. Yeah.
But anyway, so he goes to this bar, and Robert De Niro delivers meat. He delivers beef, and he hangs out in the bar. And he gets introed to this like mobster Fraser,
Bobby
I think his name is.
Guy I remember from Boardwalk Empire. Yeah.
His friend is like, this is my buddy, the guy I told you about. He's the guy with the weird CGI face parts. It's like, oh yeah,
yeah,
the whole Johnny Young
He's
face.
A man
we call him. He's walking around like fucking fragile. He's got an old woman's body.
Johnny the Pixel.
Johnny the Pixel.
And Bobby Cannavale is sawing on the toughest steak you can imagine. And Frank sees an inn, and so he's like, I could deliver steak for you, maybe.
I deliver steak. I'm a steak delivery guy. I drive the fucking trucks with steaks into places. I could start doing crimes for you. I could drop a steak off.
Yeah, maybe one of those sides of beef could get lost along the way, and so
maybe it might fall off the back.
Skim a little off the top. He delivers him a little steak here and there, and this escalates and escalates until we see 1 week he delivers a purely empty truck to the other end, and the guy at the other end is like, "Look, man, you're bullshitting me. I know you've been skimming a little bit, but this is ridiculous.
This is great. It's so good." But Frank doesn't do a thing. He's like. No, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Opens up the back of this completely empty truck. He's like, "What do you want me to do?" I'm telling you, I don't know.
I just drive the thing.
He says, "Don't look at me," and the guy's like, "Of course I'm gonna look at you. You're the only guy here with a fucked up CGI face. Everybody within 50 blocks is looking at you, man.
You didn't realize you were driving a truck that was empty." And he's like, "I don't know." Smash cut to him talking to his mob lawyer.
He's talking to a mob lawyer, and the mob lawyer issues a classic thing. He goes like, "Listen, all you'd need to do is name a couple of names. Would you be willing to do that?"
No names.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I definitely wouldn't do that. And they were like, "That's the right fucking answer. Well done."
Yeah. He also, Robert De Niro gets a fun line in here, where he says, "Well, I work hard for the meat delivery company when I'm not stealing from them." I quite like as a line.
Yeah, exactly. I've moved that meat.
Yeah,
I just steal a little.
We see the mob's power because this lawyer, Bill Bufalino, he not only does he get him off the case, which he should have been in prison for.
He Bufalinos them. Yeah.
But the judge is like, "I'm going to let you off with a warning." No, not you, the prosecutor, right? And sort of goes, "If you bring another working man before this court," and you just go, "Oh, this guy's on the take. Okay."
Yeah. It's really fun.
All I'm doing is going, "Mr. Bufalino, Mr. Charles Bufalino," in my head.
They go out to celebrate, and who should be in the restaurant but Joe Pesci, who it turns out is the cousin of his lawyer.
Yeah, and he's having dinner with Harvey Keitel, who is wearing the big fucking gold ring that we saw old Frank wearing, and who Frank immediately identifies to us as the Godfather of Philadelphia. Right?
Yeah. Also, the other thing he's wearing is a title card that pops up saying Harvey Keitel's character was murdered in real life in 1980. And I'm like, I hate it when I'm having dinner and that appears.
This is one of the best things in the fucking movie. Is this constant, when a character is introduced, it pops up on them when they died, because these are all historical guys. They all were killed. So it just says, there's a bit later on, we'll get to it, but there's a bit later on where they introduce a guy and he's doing all this slick bullshit, and then immediately it cuts up, shot 8 times in the head in the Chicago parking lot in 1979.
Yeah, it's like, how'd you get that way?
Every time, it's so good because it always serves to underline that this is a pointless fucking thing to get involved in and you will die.
It is. Yeah. It's really nice, actually.
It's like, oh, we all want to be like this guy, and it pops up shot in the head.
Yeah, all their power and masculinity will all be taken away.
This is a theme of the movie as well. Is Martin Scorsese having made a bunch of mob movies that people do not know how to watch.
They don't get. No one gets.
Is
them.
Finally conceding to the times and actually putting in the intended emotion frowny face in the corner of the screen.
You are not supposed to want to be this guy. He dies. He dies bad.
This is a guy at the height of his game putting his thumb on the scale as hard as he dares to. Genuinely being like, the mafia is bad. You don't have to hand it to them. It's not aspirational. Right?
It's really funny to have just given up at this stage and just be introducing a guy and then just being like, you don't want to be like him. He feels like he's drowning the whole time and then he gets shot. Stop wanting to be here.
Just to underline it even further, we get this conversation between Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci where they talk about the war.
Yes.
And they flash back to a scene where Robert De Niro is forcing 2 Nazis to dig their own graves before he shoots them in the woods. And he says, I can't understand why they kept on digging their own graves. And it's like, your brother, you are in the movie. Your brother, you're in the movie.
He says, I guess they think that if they do a good enough job digging, the guy with the gun will change his mind. And that's that's your
that's the whole
lens to understand
movie,
the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, now hold on a minute here, see? If you want to hear the rest of this episode of Kill James Bond, you're gonna have to do something for me. You're gonna have to go to patreon.com/killjamesbond, all one word, and sign up today for as little as £5 a month. I'm stopping. The accent's gone. But, you know, you got to do that. The £5 a month thing. You do have to do it. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just going to put this on the episode and release it, I think. Awesome.